Karolina Pliskova beat teenager Marketa Vondrousova 6-3, 6-4 after 1 hour and 20 minutes in an all-Czech quarter-final to reach the semi-final at the WTA Premier Mandatory in Miami for the second time in 3 years. Former world number 1 player Karolina Pliskova saved 4 of the 5 breakpoints she faced and converted 3 of her 6 breakpoint chances. Pliskova was in control for most of the match after her previous 2 matches against Alizé, Cornet and Yulia Putintseva, in which she had to come back from a set down. Vondrousova had a chance to prolong the match when she earned 2 breakpoints, but Pliskova saved them in the final game while she was saving for the match. Pliskova dropped just 5 points in the first 3 games. The 27-year-old Czech star held serve at 15 in the first game when a service winner before converting her second breakpoint chance in the second game after a double fault from Vondrousova. Pliskova faced 2 breakpoints, as she was serving at 3-1, but she saved them to hold her serve. Pliskova earned a set point on her return at 5-2. Vondrousova fended it off with a forehand down-the-line winner, forcing Pliskova to serve out for the set. Pliskova hit a drop shot winner to close out the first set 6-3. Vondrousova held her first 2 service games before breaking serve in the second game to build up a 3-0 lead, when Pliskova made a forehand error. Pliskova broke back in the 4th game, while Vondrousova sent a forehand long as she was serving at 3-1. Pliskova earned another break in the 7th game to take a 4-3 lead, when Vondrousova sent her forehand long. Pliskova won her 5th consecutive game for 5-3, but she had to face 2 breakpoints, as she was serving for the match at 5-4, 1-5, 4-0 and saved them with winners before closing out the match after Vondrousova made a forced error. "I was a little bit off for a couple of games, and she played some good shots and served well. I won a tight first set, and the games were very close. Overall, the match was my best here. She is defending well, so I always had to play the extra shot, but I think it was a good level. I am feeling 100% now, maybe not physically, because I have had some tough matches," said Pliskova after the match to the WTA website. Pliskova set up a semi-final match against Simona Halep. The Romanian player leads 7-3 in their 10 head-to-head matches. "My level is improving. My game is improving, so I think it's going to be a good match, if nothing more. There is going to be a chance. The head-to-head is not perfect for me, but there is always a chance," said Pliskova. Simona Halep won 2 tight sets against Wang Chang to earn a 6-4, 7-5 victory and set up a semi-final meeting with Pliskova Vondrousova. Simona Halep, photo by Karolina, copyright at Sport Vision. Simona Halep moved to within 1 win of a return to world number 1 with a battling 6-4, 7-5 victory over Chang Wang in the quarterfinal of the Miami Open. The Romanian, 27, became officially the world's best player for the first time in October 2017. She stayed there for 16 months before Naomi Osaka displaced her in January 2019. "First, I have to win this tournament, so I'm not going to think about that," a delighted-looking Halep said in her on-court interview. "If I play my best tennis, I have a better chance of becoming number 1 again. But it's not in my mind. I just want to find my rhythm, find my highest level and play as well as possible." In the first set, Wang foolishly took Halep on from the baseline. It was a contest she was never likely to win, as there is arguably no one better than the Romanian on the WTA Tour when it comes to winning baseline rallies. Despite this, the world number 18 stuck to the same approach throughout the opening set. Unsurprisingly, Halep got the better of her in most of these baseline battles and eventually won the set 6-4 after 45 hard-fought minutes. Although the world no. 3 won the set, she was not playing particularly well, and her frustration was clear for all to see when she spoke to her coach after the 7th game. Halep falters but recovers just in time. Simona Halep, photo by Karolina, copyright at Sport Vision. At the beginning of the second set, it looked like Halep had found her rhythm. She played a series of excellent points to break the Chinese star in the first game. However, the Romanian's level then suddenly nosedived. Wang took confidence from this. She started to be more aggressive and repeatedly stepped inside the court to take charge. Consequently, she broke Halep 3 times in a row to take complete control of the set at 5-1. But just as everyone watching was preparing themselves for a third set, the Chinese faltered and the world number 3 got one of the breaks back. This restored Halep's confidence. She held to love and then produced a couple of stunning winners to break to love and make it 5-4. Amazingly, the drama continued. The Romanian played 3 sloppy points to fall 0-40 behind. She then saved the first with a smart volley and the second with a precise winner, before Wang wasted the third by hitting a backhand long. 2 points later, Halep gave the crowd something to remember. Her Chinese opponent dragged her from side to side and seemingly had control of the point, only to watch in horror as the world number 3 produced a brilliant backhand winner then landed right on the line. Set now level at 5-5, Wang resorted to a defensive game once again. It had not worked in the first set, and it did not work at this stage either. Halep broke to lead 6-5 and then served for the match with few alarms. She will play either Karolina Pliskova or Marketa Vondrousova in the semifinal. Australia's Ashley Barty edged past Petra Kvitova 7-6, 8-6, 3-6, 6-2 after 2 hours and 32 minutes in a late-night match in the Miami quarter-final, claiming her first win of her career over her Czech player after losing her previous 4 head-to-head matches. Kvitova beat her younger Australian rival in their previous 2 matches played this year in the 3-set final in Sydney and in the Australian Open quarter-final last January. Nothing could separate both players from the start of the match. Barty saved 2 breakpoints in the first game. Kvitova earned the first break in the 5th game to take a 3-2 lead. Barty broke straight back in the next game, as Kvitova made a backhand error in the 6th game. The Czech player saved a set point at 5-6 to set up a tie-break. Kvitova took a 5-2 lead. Barty fended off a set point at 5-6 and reeled off the final 3 points to win the tie-break 8-6 when Kvitova netted a forehand. Kvitova went up a double break to open up a 4-2 lead in the second set when Barty netted a backhand. Kvitova forced an error from Barty and served out the second set at 30 in the 9th game, sending the match to the 3rd set. Barty got an early break in the second game of the 3rd set with a lob winner. Kvitova broke back after a double fault from Barty in the 5th game. Barty broke serve at 15 in the 6th game after a forehand error from Kvitova. The Australian player won 12 of the final 13 points to seal the 3rd set with a break of serve at love. It was important for me to try and take Petra's serve away from her as much as possible. She has got an absolute world-class serve. At times it was still out of my control, but I tried to do the best I could and get into as many service games as I could, and I thought I did that really well tonight, said Kvitova. Barty has improved her seasonal record to 16-3 this year and has confirmed her rise to the top 10 for the first time in her career. It feels bloody good. It's been a goal of mine for a long time now. That's no secret. It's amazing what happens when you put your hopes and dreams out into the universe and do the work. I had an opportunity last week that I was not able to grab, and this week was about coming here and continuing to try and trust the process and enjoy the journey that I am on. It's a pretty beautiful thing being able to play tennis for a living, said Barty. In the semi-final, Barty will play her first head-to-head match against Annette Kontaveit, who beat Sue 3-6, 6-2, 7-5. Estonia's Anett Kontaveit rallied from 0-4 down in the third set to edge Shea Suwei 3-6, 6-2, 7-5 after 2 hours, reaching the semi-final of her career at the WTA Premier Mandatory in Miami. Kontaveit beat HSIE Suwei for the second time in her career 4 years after her 6-1, 6-3 win in their only previous head-to-head clash in Guangzhou in 2015. Both players traded early breaks in the third and fourth games of the first set. Shea got 2 consecutive breaks in the fourth and sixth games to race out to a 5-2-1 lead. Kontaveit pulled 1 break back in the seventh game, but Shea closed out the first set with a service winner at 5-3 after 32 minutes. Shea went up a break in the third game to take a 2-1 lead, but Kontaveit broke serve 3 times in a row to clinch the second set 6-2 after 68 minutes. Shea broke twice in a row in the first and third games to race out to a 4-0 lead. The Taiwanese player earned points for 5-1, but Kontaveit got 1 break back in the sixth game. The Estonian player pulled back the second break in the 10th game with a forehand drive volley winner. Kontaveit broke for the third time in the 12th game, sealing the win with a smash winner. Kontaveit has reached her third semi-final at premier level in the past year after reaching the last 4 in Rome and the final in Wuhan last year. Of course I am very happy. I feel like my game is heading in the right direction. Today probably was not the best match that I have ever played, but I am so happy to be through that. I feel like I fought really well and I never gave up. I am really happy with the improvement I am making and being more positive with myself, said Kontaveit.